Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis, Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis, to be more specific, just got some really bad news about her case against Donald Trump just hours after the indictment. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Now, Fani Willis indicted former President Donald Trump and 18 others in a sweeping indictment alleging all kinds of crimes in what is now a RICO case, a racketeering case. She has a slew of charges. I believe it's 91 charges. And the pile-on of charges against former President Trump in all of these cases. You have Alvin Bragg in New York. You have Jack Smith in Florida, and you have Jack Smith in D.C. Now you have Fani Willis in Georgia. The onslaught of charges is extremely dangerous for President Trump. I mean, it doesn't take but one to make you a convicted felon. Now, what they do in that case, that's a different story. There are a lot of dates that are important in the Fani Willis trial, one of which is if Trump or the others are convicted, you're looking at about 5 years mandatory minimum RICO sentencing. Now, if you get a 5-year minimum sentence, the President of the United States, because it's a state case, cannot pardon you. The governor of Georgia cannot pardon you because you can't even apply for the pardon until after you serve the sentence. I know, weird, right? So you have to, the judge has no discretion. You would have to serve 5 years in prison. Period. This may be the most dangerous case, because the other cases, you could have house arrest, you could have probation, you could have fines, you could have all kinds of things. This is the only case that has a mandatory minimum sentence of time behind bars. So, like a banana republic, we could literally see a former president of the United States behind bars. Now, part of Fani Willis's charge yesterday was that she wanted to try the case within 6 months. But former federal prosecutor Jennifer Rogers, well, she said that's unrealistic. Let's take a look.
It's just fascinating to try to peel apart the layers of this 97-page indictment. I lastly want to ask you about Fulton County DA Fani Willis and her experience with RICO. She, back in 2022, just last year, brought a case, a RICO case, against Young Thug, a rapper, and several others. What does that case tell you about the timing of this case and how quickly or slowly it might be able to come to trial?
So Fani Willis has a lot of experience with RICO throughout her prosecutorial career, so she knows what she's doing in this regard. But going back to the claim that she's going to try this case in 6 months, or she would like to, the Young Thug case is still in jury selection. I mean, months and months just in jury selection, and picking a jury for the former president and these other high-ranking former officials and lawyers and so on is going to be even more complicated than picking a jury for the Young Thug RICO case. So to me, that just underscores again that 6 months is an unrealistic goal to try this thing.
There's a lot of people, there is a lot of lawyers that will be involved, and there's a lot of lawyers who are charged. So we will all be watching this case. It is pretty incredible to see how unprecedented this all is. Jennifer Rogers, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, Kate.
Coming up, CNN has learned Hunter Biden's top attorney has asked to withdraw from his client's.
Now, I personally think a lot of things about this Georgia case are unrealistic, but be that as it may, it is before us. What's going to happen now, we don't know. But 6 months does seem really unrealistic for 19 defendants, a bunch of them being attorneys themselves, all the attorneys involved in the case, all the jurisdictions that are involved, many outside of Fani Willis's jurisdiction herself. It does seem really ambitious to try to go for 6 months. I think that's the opening salvo. I think there's no way, no chance this case gets tried before the presidential election. And you cannot prosecute a sitting president. So it would be on hold for all of that time if Trump were to win. Trump's really in this election fighting for his life, because if he doesn't win, these people are going to drop the hammer on him in a massive, massive way. Folks, I want your comments on this story, so please let me know what you think. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because that really helps us out. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.